going to start things off tonight with
Strive to Thrive 300.
Yeah.
We're trying a
got the bell
bell for
thing
sound.
going.
We'll see how that goes.
I love it.
And our
It's
topic
working
tonight
me.
for our Strive to Thrive 300, which is our 5-minute kind of educational, we call it the 300 University, 5-minute University.
300 is, in fact, 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes. So this is the one thing we want you to take with you for the beginning of the show for this week.
And so our topic for the Strive to Thrive 300 tonight is get a life, your own life. And I as I was thinking about what to talk about this week, I have a lot of women that I work with who are very quiet and they're very unassuming and they really, really work hard to support their partners. But in doing so, they accommodate. When I say accommodate, I mean that they go along with whatever he says. They never really voice their opinion. He will never know what they're thinking because they're just going to nod their head and do whatever it is that he thinks they should be doing. So they kind of go along with the flow.
So you're talking to the accommodating love partner.
Yes.
Okay. And so what are you going to try to say to this partner?
You need to get a life. You need to get your own life. You need to get yourself back.
You know, I'm going to speak to you guys, and in particular, you know who you are. You're the overbearing, you're the controlling guys that you take advantage of that loving partner that tends to go with you, that tends to go flow with the go, as they say. And yet, even though you know this person dearly loves you and dearly wants to accommodate all of your desires,
they really want to make you happy.
There are times that you use pressure to get that partner to come around to your way of thinking, if you will. And I'm going to give you some advice. Stop it. Stop. If you have a quiet, meek-mouthed, meek-mannered partner that tends to be an accommodator, then you've got to help her get out of that personality temperament style.
Yeah. And you ladies, now let's talk a little bit about how you get out of this place where you are.
That is being too quiet.
Being too quiet. And, it's kind of a rut. Just going along for however long, months, years, whatever.
I don't have this problem, so it's not my rut.
No, you don't have that particular rut, do you? I want you to figure out how to make a decision about your life and quit worrying about him. He'll be fine. Trust me, he'll be fine.
But isn't that a woman's job?
No, it's not.
Him?
No, it's not. Most of these women, honestly, I hear them and I hear all that they do and I think, oh my God, this is like the superwoman, the supermom who has taken what she was taught back here, brought it forward, and probably works at least part-time or full-time, and still wants to do all the. And I've met your mom, and she's really wonderful. But you know what? I am the mega ultra woman, and I cannot fill your mother's shoes. So let's move on.
I'm just telling you my experiences that I see it all around me, also.
Mm-hmm. So you got to quit worrying about him because he'll be okay. He'll probably be better if you start taking care of you. So let's think about this for a minute. When you look in the mirror, who do you see? Do you see you? You see your face, you see your goals, you see the things that you're wanting to do and your family, or do you see him? And a lot of women see him when we accommodate. We see this person that we just love and want to make happy, and the whole life becomes meeting his needs and making him happy. How'd you get here? Well, like I said, we were kind of taught, we may have been taught that. We may have been taught that back when we grew up. We may be trying to meet the expectations the way our mom did it, the way we saw her take care of her dad, and the way she took care of us. And yet life is very different today.
When I see personality matchups in couples, I see the extrovert, opinionated male, often attracted to the introverted, not so opinionated, accommodating, sort of I want to make you happy female.
Because from the very beginning, she goes along with him.
Yeah. And there is a compatibility, unfortunately, where that partner is coercing the male partner is coercing the female partner into that. So you're speaking up for the women.
Yes,
is that what you're telling me?
I am.
And you're speaking up for the quiet women that you know through your program. Tell me how, because I don't quite get.
Through the women that come to interventions, and from the women that I interact with in my daily life.
So you got some suggestions on how to stop this?
What are you doing? Yeah. How to get a life? First, stop living someone else's life. You gotta have your own. You gotta develop your own taste. You have to have your own desires. You have to have your own goals. And if you have forgotten what those are, then you need to get them back. And I do say that because I think getting into relationships, you were doing something before. Most of us, we didn't. Some women do leave home and go right into a relationship, but a lot of women were self-supporting and self-sufficient when they got into their current relationship, and they've just kind of stepped back and stopped doing all the stuff that they were doing for themselves.
Something else.
So you got to get back to doing the things you like. Start learning that you can make the world a better place by contributing. You know, you can improve it. And saying nothing allows the status quo to continue. Saying something maybe brings in some new information, brings in some new ideas, and you may see some change that you may not even have expected. Be able to talk about what's important to you. What do you believe is important? And make demands. Make demands on your partner. Let him know what your opinion is, what you would like to do, how you would like to see it done. And demand to share. Become involved in this life of ours instead of being involved in his life. There's a difference between our life and his life. And finally, you know, rejoice in the new experiences. You shift from a life of him focus to a life of us focus.
Those are big words. I think it's tough for in our society, we tend to teach women to be accommodating, caretaking, support the husband, and I think it's a big shift. And I know what you're talking about because I see the other side of it. I see my guys who really don't realize that they are not the center of the world. They're so used to their partner doing it their way. And over time, it's given them a superimposed sense of I am in charge and it's all about me. Mm-hmm. And yet, you know, to your guys that are listening to Carrie, and if in fact you have a partner that's quiet and not experienced in making decisions, I'm going to tell you to think about this, because when you build up your partner and that partner takes a more active participation in deciding where the family goes, then that relationship improves. Because remember, if it's all about me and my reality and I'm not learning from you, then, you know, the relationship becomes stagnant, if you will, because it becomes single person focused instead of a mutual relationship.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So there you have it. Our Strive to Thrive 300. Get a life, your own life.